Okay, after 64 days, we made it. 64 days without hearing a Niner rant, and I've been waiting for this moment. I'm kind of glad that we got it, done with in week one, game one. But the San Francisco 49ers, they suffer a crushing defeat to the Chicago Bears, 19-10, after having a 10-point lead and going into the second quarter, or coming out of the second quarter, I should say. They lose 19-10 by the Chicago Bears. What is your immediate response and reaction to that, Ed?
Okay, well, I thought of Jim Mora, when he was with the Colts.
Yeah.
Because this one famous quote, from an interview, he said this, and I quote, well, what happened was we got our asses totally kicked. Okay? See, I'm frustrated and disappointed. Okay? Because nothing's changed. There's only one thing that changed, the quarterback room. Offensive line didn't do crap. Secondary, Ufunga showed up. Okay? And Chivarius Ward had some moments. Defensive line, Bosa was carrying. Okay? Linebackers, Fred. Everyone else, where were they? Okay? And I'm not bashing Trey, okay? Because he really can't work with the O-line we have, Trey Williams is the only one carrying as always, and I feel so bad for him because he's probably burnt out and tired from last season as well. McGlinchey, I don't know where he's been. The center, I don't know who the center is at this point. The guards, who? And not only that, but the whole flags and everything thrown in. It's like, dude, come on, discipline. You guys should know by now, especially Greenlaw. And then Kinlaw doing the same thing too. It's like, dude, what the hell is this? What is this? And I don't want to hear, oh, well, it was raining, it's all that. I'm like, dude, we run the ball, though. We're a running team. We were doing good in the first half. Second half, what happened? What happened? We only scored a field goal. That's it. The Bears scored 19 unanswered points. It gave me PTSD from the Super Bowl. We lost to the Bears? The Bears. What have they done? Like, it's really hard for me to defend this team saying, oh yeah, we won 5 Super Bowls. I wasn't even born. What has this team done? Okay? And I don't want to hear, oh, well, they drafted this, they drafted that, We've been to the Super Bowl. Did we win the Super Bowl? No. Like, it's really hard hearing it from the Rams fans, Patriots, at this point, we're legit very close to being just like the Dallas Cowboys. All we do is just talk about the past. And, like, it's really bothering me. Because it's like, okay, in the draft, I don't get it. I don't get it. In the third round, like the past 2 years, we drafted running backs. We could have drafted offensive linemen. We could have done that. Find a replacement for McGlinchey. Where has he been? And then with Shanahan, I don't know what his game plan. In the first half, it was working. Running the ball, it was working. But then to me, I feel like as soon as Elijah Mitchell got hurt, the offense disappeared. Okay, because he was carrying that offense. Okay, and then with the defensive side, once Greenlaw had that one penalty and they gave up the next play, he didn't cover the guy and scored a touchdown. That's it. We lost momentum. Bears took over from there on out. It's just like, it's pitiful. If Bill Walsh was here, he would be disgraced and embarrassed right now. It's sad. It is sad. And like, it really hurts me too because it's my dad's birthday. Okay, and I want them to win. Have something to be happy about. And yeah, I'm grateful. My dad's here. But it would have been cool if the Niners would have won too, because it would have made the day pretty cool. It's week one. It's week one. This is going to be a long season, okay? And I don't want to hear, oh, Trey Lance played bad, you got to put in Jimmy. It's not Trey's fault. If you would have put Jimmy in there, it would have been the same outcome, okay? I don't get why people are bashing Jimmy when it's the O-line that's not doing their job. And it really hurt today because Kittle wasn't here. Because if you think about it, at this point, Kittle's an offensive lineman. Why? Because the right side can't block, and he has to do their job for them. And it sucks because I'm always defending him, saying, oh, he's actually the best tight end in the league. But people are saying, oh, no, it's Kelsey because he's always there making these crazy plays or whatever. I'm like, Kittle can do that too, but the reason why I can't do that is because they're restricting him onto being an offensive lineman. And it just really sucks. And I knew when he was marked out for the game, I'm like, that's it. It's going to hurt us. Like, 64 days, man. I was doing so good. And this game should have been a game we won. And you mean tell me next week we face the Seahawks? I wouldn't be surprised if we blow that game too. For some reason, we always do good at one half, and the other half, we're gone. We're gone. It's like Thanos just snapped his fingers, and like we all just blipped or something. Like, all we do is just talk, and we never back it up. And it's so annoying. Same outcome every time. Whether if it's the last year's playoffs, whether if it was the whole 2020 season, whether if it was the Super Bowl that just happened. Like, it's getting old, guys. It's getting old, okay? I think I'm done.
Well, I'm glad we were able to share that because these are the type of rants that we go through, every so often, depending on the outcome of a game or depending on the situation. And I'm glad I allowed you to to have this platform to get that off your chest. But I wanted to run through some real quick.
I'm sorry. Can I say one more thing? I forgot. Is it me or is it every time when Bose is on the field, the offensive lineman is always hugging him like he's Justin Bieber or something back in 2011? They're always holding him and they never call it. But whenever we do a little tap, that's an automatic like holding or pass interference. These refs are sensitive, man. What? Like, why? Why? I wouldn't be surprised if the second game of the season happens again. Okay, that's it. Now I'm done. Continue on.
Are you done?
Yes, I am done.
Okay, no, I'm just making sure because I want to make sure you get all the juices out. I want to make sure you get every little bit of your emotion and your opinion out.
Yeah, it really sucks, man. Because unfortunately we were born after 1995. So we couldn't see them in their prime.
No. Real quick, again, I wanted to go through the numbers real quick. The Niners, time of possession, we held the ball for 33 minutes. The Bears, 26 minutes. You look at the turnover battle. It was pretty even, although they had one more than us. We walked out with two turnovers. They had one. Rushing yards, we outrushed them 176 to 99.
I bet more than half of those are from Elijah Mitchell.
We passed more than them, 155 to 105.
I'm surprised about that.
You look at the total plays. We had more plays than them. We outplayed them 67 plays to 56.
That was all from the first half.
Total yards, 331 to 204. All of this, if you were just to look at those numbers alone, you would think the Niners had won the game. They'd have controlled it. Contrary to that belief, the Bears walked out victorious 19 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
You look at guys who added some level of production. Trey Lance, 164 yards passing, 1 interception. He received 2 sacks.
I feel so bad for him, man.
I have friends already messaging me saying that he didn't look too good. He's not ready to be a starter. Put in Jimmy.
It's not his fault. It's the O-line. It's been like this for years, man.
Okay, here's the thing. I allowed you time to get things off your chest, and now it's my turn.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
It's been a heck of a day.
Clearly, for you.
I drink Mountain Dew.
This is why, again, for those listening, this is why I allow him to go first. I allow to get the emotion. I allow all that raw feeling that he had about the team, about the way they performed, and the way they did not perform in the last few seasons. Yes, we have gone to the Super Bowl twice since 1995. Yes, we have lost twice in the Super Bowl since 1995. And although we don't get the big names that many other teams do, we have drafted well in the past. Many have hit. Yeah, there are some that haven't. However, it's only week 1. Allow me to be the logic and he will be the emotion. In terms of logic and logistics, this is only week 1. You cannot win the Super Bowl. You cannot win the NFC Championship. You cannot win the NFC West Division in week 1. Is it an overreaction? Yes, I think it's an overreaction. I think the weather did not help whatsoever, and we knew that going into the game. The rain and the wind were going to play a factor. I understood. He understood, and anyone that knows this game understands that when it's those kind of conditions in terms of the weather, running the ball is going to be the key. You cannot pass. You could pass, but it may not have as much a level of success as running the ball. You cannot win the division. You cannot win the Super Bowl in the first game. This allows them to go through those growing pains. This is Trey Lance's first year as the starter of the San Francisco 49ers. He played 2 games last season. However, it was still Jimmy Garoppolo's team. Under this new regime of the Trey Lance era, we have to see these. He's going to have these games where it's going to be difficult for him to adapt to other defenses and to other schemes. In the first half, you heard him say, they played well. They had a good lead, and they had a good sense of control over the game, and over time, it slipped away. That's going to happen. That's what happens in the NFL when you're going against the best of the best in the NFL. And no, for those saying he thinks the Chicago Bears are the best team in the NFL, and that's not what I mean. But for athletes to be in the NFL, that means you are one of the best athletes in the world, because not anybody can play in the NFL. Going forward, I think this is a great opportunity for the 49ers, for Shanahan, for Trey Lance and other members of the offense and defense to grow. Because if you're not growing, you're regressing. You have to progress instead of regress. Moving forward, I expect this team to bounce back. We have Seattle coming week 2. I believe we travel to Seattle. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I'm not wrong.
No. It's a home game.
It's a home game.
It's a home game.
Even better. Because now this team has to recognize. I'm hoping they have a fire lit under their asses. And I hope they come out prepared for week 2. Because if they go home and they prepare to have a game like they did today, that crowd will not have it. Like any crowd should not have it. I believe in this team. I believe that this will all become a footnote at the end of the year. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, last season, did a lot of prognosticators and analysts believe we were going to the NFC Championship? They did not. We were coming off a 2020 season that was difficult, riddled with injuries, and we didn't do anything. Yet in 2021, we came back and we went into the NFC Championship game. Did we win? No, but we weren't supposed to be there. So, for those panicking and declaring that the sky is falling, that we lost one game in a really bad weather condition Chicago to a team led by Justin Fields, who was open about seeing this as a grudge game because we did not select him in the 2021 draft. I don't want to say I'm not surprised because it sounds like, oh, he knew they were going to lose. No, this was a game we should have won. Did we win? No. But the main thing is to move forward and learn from the experiences they had. All the penalties, that's fixable. That's discipline.
It should be.
It should be. That's discipline. You can teach that. Is it easy? No. But at least you can recognize what you need to do. I'll always use this. The New England Patriots in 2007 went undefeated. They won every single game heading into the Super Bowl. And because of instances like that, you do not learn because you start to think everything you do is successful. Everything you do will win you a game, and nothing you do is wrong. Whereas for those teams like the 2007 Giants, who barely made it into the wild card, had to fight and claw, and they knew what it meant to win. I'm not saying we're going to win 9 games or get the wild card. Who knows? Maybe we win the division. I don't know. But you have to fight and you have to claw. It is the losses that make the wins feel so much sweeter. Because if you go through every game winning by a breeze and just dominating, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel as good. Whereas if you fight, you scratch, and you claw, and you go through adversity, and you have to face the best of the best, putting yourself in positions that are uncomfortable, that is when the real champions prevail. So for those, again, panicking that after week 1, oh, we're 0-1. Big whoop. There's 17 games. Think about it. A couple years ago, 16 games in the season, and they had to add one. This one game we lost could be that added one. I'm not saying we're going to go 16-1. But if we do, nobody's going to remember the game against Chicago. I mean, they'll say that was the one game they lost. But it's like, it's not the end of the world. So I understand and I respect your feelings about this season and how, the team... Because you even said it. After the game ended, you're like, man, we suck. And I'm like, dude, it's week 1.
The performance we did sucked.
But here, okay.
Jose, hold on.
Go ahead. No. Because I have something better, but I'll let you go first.
Jose, you go up 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Second half, they scored 19 unanswered points.
Yes.
Where was everyone?
Oh, they were on the field. They were.
You sure they're on the field, or was it fans on the field?
It could have been both.
Okay, that's all I gotta say, man.
Okay, I'll get you one better, though. Be it as it may, let's keep the results of the game. Would you rather this happened in week 17 or week 1?
Neither.
No. That's BS. You can't have that. Week 1 or week 17?
Well, obviously right now.
Okay. That's when I want it. I want the mistakes to happen now. I don't want them in general. But if they have to happen, I prefer they happen now. Because I don't know if you've heard this. And not just you, my brother. But anyone listening out there. I don't know if anyone's heard this saying. But it's not how you start. I believe it's how you finish. So if anything, this proves to be a motivating factor for the team going forward. They have the talent. They know they have the talent. You look at a guy like Hufanga, who was all over the field. He's hungry. You look at a guy like Deebo Samuel, who was getting the ball, running after so many people were saying he doesn't want to run. You look at a guy like Trey Lance, who recognizes that a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo is right behind him, ready to take the team back in terms of a leader. Shanahan knows he's on the hot seat because he just gave up another 10-0 lead. He knows he's on the hot seat, and so does John Lynch because he's the one having these players come in. They're building the team. They know they're on the hot seat. So I don't like when people act like, oh, they're panicking or they're going through it. They know what they're going against. They understand the situation, and it's not like we're any scrubs. In 2 of the last 3 seasons, we were in the NFC Championship. One of those, we were in the Super Bowl. Now, granted, I know people are going to say, well, you didn't win them. That's fine, but where were your teams? Because if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, unless you're the LA Rams or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in these last 3 seasons, I don't care who you are. If you're not one of those 3 teams, don't talk to me. Because those teams won. We just happen to be close enough to at least contend in that situation. Again, it's only week 1. Moving forward, we have higher expectations now because we know what this team is capable of. We're not happy with the outcome of the game, and we shouldn't be happy with the outcome of the game. Neither should the athletes on the field, unless if you played for Chicago, of course. But for those in San Francisco or Santa Clara, because that's technically where they play, I feel like moving forward, this is going to be the catalyst. We can look back at this game as the game where everyone flipped the switch. Because you have to. You can't take the loss and think, oh, it's over. We're not going to do anything. No, on the contraire, Morfier, this is the beginning. We knew it was going to be difficult. Trey Lance wasn't going to come out and be MVP in Game 1. Come on now. Did you think he was going to win MVP in Game 1?
No, because the offensive line.
They're going to grow. They're going to grow. Aaron Banks, did you know this was his first game technically because he had 5 snaps last season?
I did some on the field.
This was technically his first full game.
Yeah.
You even look at number 74, Buford. His first game.
Dude, he got a lot of shoes to fill in with that number.
I'm telling you, but these are guys that are going to have to grow, and if they don't grow, then they're going to have to go. You would think.
Honestly, this is McGlinchey's last year. If he messes it up, I'm grabbing the scissors, and he gonna get cut.
Yeah, because you have the power to do so.
Let me call Lynch.
Yeah, we got Lynch on speed dial. I have number 777.
Definitely, yeah.
Nonetheless, any final thoughts about the game? Because we're currently filming this or recording this right after the game, and
legit right after. I'm hot-headed.
The afternoon games are about to take place.
Yeah, man. I'm like a volcano right now. I'm erupting, dude.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to get off your chest before we sign off?
We better win the next game. If not, yeah, it's gonna get ugly.
I'll tell you right now, if we do lose that next game, then I will be concerned because that's a divisional game. Those are the games that really matter.
They're really crucial. I know that it's our home opener.
It is our home opener. So I agree with you. I do hope.
Because if we can't win on the road, I get it. But if we can't defend the home, it's like what home we got. Yeah. It was so bad. We got evicted from our home, and we were playing in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad time.
And I believe we lost that one too.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did.
This is going to be a one long season, man.
I agree, because technically there's 17 games rather than 16, so technically it is going to be a long season.
It is a long season, but it might be miserable.
No. You got to maintain faith. Isn't that why it's called the faithful?
What's that? How many years have we been faithful for?
I'm 24 years old.
Okay, and I'm about to be 21, okay?
Ain't no problem. You got to be a lifetime faithful, otherwise you're bandwagon.
What's that? What have they done?
What have they done? I just told you. Listen, there's teams out there. I'm going to tell you right now. There's teams out there like the New York Jets, like the Detroit.
I'd rather be like the Eagles and win just one. I just want to see one.
That's fine, but you act like they haven't achieved anything. At least would you rather not be in the conversation at all, than be where we're at? With Harbaugh, we went to 3 straight NFC championships and 1 Super Bowl. In the last 2 out of 3 years, we've gone to the NFC championship with 1 Super Bowl. Yes, we have not won it, but we're in the conversation. I'd rather be in it than to not be in it at all.
I don't want to be like the Packers, though, where they're always in it, but then they never finish. I don't want
listen
to be
that.
Listen
to when someone says I don't want to be like the Packers. The Packers are one of the most storied and historical teams in NFL history, in sports history.
Well, what have they done? Like in the last 10 years?
In the last 10 years, Aaron Rodgers has won back-to-back MVPs and has shown why he's one of the most elite quarterbacks of all time.
So what weapons do they have right now besides Aaron Jones?
Sammy Watkins.
Oh my God, dude.
No,
Jesus.
But see what I mean? This is why I think the dynamic works between you and I, because between the one glass, you look at it half empty, I look at it half full. Between both of us, it's still a full glass. Nonetheless, we look forward to next week. Seattle Seahawks, division rivals. Hopefully we can go over 500, 1-1 record, beat Seattle. That's the plan. Thank you again for stopping by for another video. This is a breaking news video, if anything. We like to drop these every now and then for immediate reactions. You already know the deal. Follow me at justjose_3 for any updates about the channel, about the podcast. You can follow my brother here over here. Where?
At twitch.tv/sanfran5. Yeah, and Snapchat broke_beaner445. And YouTube, sanfran5.
Listen to the excitement in his voice. We're about to watch the afternoon games because you did tell me earlier in the year, you said, I want to try to watch every football game. Is that correct?
Yep, and I can't wait for the hate bowl. Oh my god, dude.
It's going to be Liddy McGritty. Stay faithful, everybody. It's only week 1.
I wish we had Sauce Gardner.